Hey guys, just Darren back here with the HiLux toolbox build. Basically the fit out of the toolboxes is continuing. We've got the junction box here, which you have seen in some of the other videos and photos that have been posted up. Basically what we've got is the deep cycle battery down here, which I showed you last time. And what I've organised now is, rather than running a constant feed to the junction box all the time, so basically when I am running the vehicle or when I'm posted up, you know, on a camping spot or hunting spot or fishing spot or whatever, it's not always drawing. You know, these switches and the 12 volt and the USBs and the board isn't always on, isn't constantly on. So what I did was, inside here, which I'll show you in a minute, I've just put an auxiliary switch or a secondary switch. Basically, once I turn that on, that activates the voltmeter down here, which is just a cheap one, just like 12 bucks from eBay. Just gives me an indication. It's not really that accurate. It's accurate enough. I've put a multimeter on it and it shows it's roughly about the same. So the vehicle's not on at the moment, so it's just currently drawing off the battery only. And then what we've got here is the fuse box, and all these fuses basically link in. We got a primary power feed from the positive and a secondary feed from the negative. So I'll just open this up here. So obviously, forgive the wiring at the moment, it's pretty messy, just going through testing everything and fitting everything off. So as you can see back here, this is the fuse that goes from the secondary battery, the deep cycle battery, to the switch, which is just behind there, and then that switch feed comes out and onto the junction box, which is or the secondary junction box, which is just behind here, that one there. And then what I've got here is I've got just a little panel here, which I'm just running some fuses to, some negative loops to, basically because I don't want to run all the loops yet onto the feed here. I just want to test everything, make sure everything's going to work, make sure everything's going to be functioning, make sure everything's going to be able to be achieved what I need it to. I've got a small gap down the side here, which if I need to, I can just cut a hole here and then put a sheath on that and then feed some through here. But I've got to do that once I've put some panels in and put the shelving and the fridge and everything in. And then, yeah, that'll obviously come through. That'll be fitted off nice and neat. And then that'll continue on to down to these ones here. So basically, yeah, it's working now. Just close that up. As you can see, we've got power up there, so that's working. I've got two more spots there. I was going to put probably another cigarette lighter here for an inverter or something, but I've got to work that out yet. And I've basically gone ahead and put some remote controlled lights on. That goes on via here, which means that if I don't want to use it, I don't have to. I'll probably hardwire that in at a later stage. So power on, and then as you can see, the lights are on, and you can change them. We'll go red, we'll go green, we'll go blue, we'll go orange, we'll go yellow, and believe it or not, you can go, I can have a disco, disco 2, disco 3 for a bit of mooding, fading, and then fade on, fade off. So that was about 25 bucks. I bought two of them, one for this toolbox and one for the other toolbox. So I'll just put that back to white. And then, so that's always active. I always leave that on. And then I can turn that off and basically, yeah, anything I want to do, if I want to stop it, I just switch there and everything's shut down. And then back on and it's functioning. Now, also with this, I'll just show you here. I'll grab some pliers. So if I pull that out, no, that one's not on. There we go. That indicates there's an issue with the fuse. So imagine that fuse is blown, which it hasn't. Let's put that back in there. So imagine it's blown, that light shows that it's on, and then that tells me straight away, rather than having to get a test light or pull out every single one and check it. I can just know straight away that it's not working. And then what I'll do is I'll put that one on, and then I'll labour it as I need to, and then yeah, basically just a quick fix on it if I'm out in the field or anything like that. So just give you a version back there. Sorry about the noise in the background, homeschooling, COVID, the usual. So yeah guys, just continuing on with the progress on that one. I have fitted up there a shovel and jack mount, which is missing the jack at the moment, but the jack will be there. And then I'll just come around here, hopefully don't get hit by the sun, and then just put 2 jerry cans on there. So yeah, it's coming along. It's obviously a bit of a slow process. As I said, I'm not a Sparky, so I'm having to troubleshoot these and look at a number of videos. There's some really good videos out there. I obviously didn't show you about the wiring and how to do that, because you know, everyone can do a search on YouTube and find a 12-volt wiring, and obviously the sizes that you need to run and what you need to do. As I said, I'll obviously use fuses and use any redundancies I can, and then I basically just shrink wrap everything. Just bought this kit that was off eBay as well. That was about $25, and it gave me 375 pieces, I think. There's some piggyback fittings there, so you put that one on, and then you can piggyback off it to your whatever your accessory is. That was a pretty cool one. I am looking at putting a sound bar or maybe a UE boom or something in there for some speakers. I was thinking about putting a secondary head unit in there, but then that's going to draw some power, and basically I don't really want to run that. That's a lot easier just to recharge off the USB and just run the UE, and then that way I can Bluetooth and have my own tunes wherever I am, or my own vermin calls. So if I'm out foxing or whatever, I can just use those callers to come through, and basically yeah, it's not going to be a draw on through a head unit into the speakers, and the booms and all that sort of stuff. The rechargeable ones are small, and I don't have to take up as much space as well. So yeah, anyway, in here is going to be a fold out, so slide out. I'm restricted on space here. Slide out here, and then a fold out, which will give me about 800-900 worth of a prep bench. So I'm building that at the moment. And then yeah, in this section here will be the fridge, and obviously the be a little gas stove, two head gas stove in there as well, which will be a pull out, slide out as well. So as you can see, it's a mess. It's still in progress, but just wanted to give you an update on where I'm at with it. These will obviously be tidied up, and these will be put back into here, and these cables that are running up here, they'll obviously be cleaned up as well. This just gives me a light there and a light there, so 2 lights down while I'm working, and then 2 lights in here. 2 lights up in there, one's just there and one just up there, and that'll give me the lights for inside the toolbox. So I'm hoping to get a bit more of a better setup with a camera or something. I'm just researching on what's a good one to use for videoing. So obviously this channel will progress a lot further in the future, but as I'm starting out, I'm fairly new to all this sort of tech stuff. So yeah, any comments or any suggestions would be great, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks guys.